By the summer of 1863, the Civil War has reached a bloody stalemate. Despite the mounting death toll, General Robert E. Lee has just secured a massive tactical victory at Chancellorsville. To pull Union forces away from the siege of Vicksburg and feed his army on untouched Pennsylvania farmland, Lee gambles on a second invasion of the North. This advance is designed to shatter Northern political morale and force Lincoln to sign a peace treaty. Lee's primary objective is to lure the Union Army into a final, decisive engagement on Northern soil, where he can destroy it completely. Lee leads 71,000 men into enemy territory, but he is operating without intelligence. His cavalry commander, J.E.B. Stuart, has vanished on a rogue raid, leaving the main army without its primary scouts. The Union response is immediate. On June 28th, General George Meade takes command of the Army of the Potomac and orders 94,000 troops north to intercept Lee's advance. Meade's strategy is defensive. He plans to establish a strong line at Pipe Creek in Maryland and wait for Lee to launch an attack against him. Two of the largest military forces on the continent are now moving at top speed through the countryside, unaware of each other's exact positions. Gettysburg holds no major factories or natural defenses. Its significance is entirely structural, defined by 10 major roads converging directly on the town square. This infrastructure acts as a funnel. For scattered military units attempting to concentrate in a region they don't know, these roads pull every movement toward the same center. On June 30th, Confederate General Henry Heth follows that road network into Gettysburg. He is looking for logistical supplies, specifically a rumored stockpile of shoes for his barefoot infantry. Heth's men observe unidentified troops in the town and report the sighting to General A.P. Hill. Because J.E.B. Stuart's cavalry is missing, Hill assumes these are only local civilian militia. Relying on that assumption, the Confederate leadership orders a full division to march into the town the following morning. The force holding Gettysburg is actually the veteran Union cavalry of Brigadier General John Buford. After scouting the area, Buford identifies the ridges south of town as the decisive terrain. He realizes that whoever occupies this high ground will hold the advantage for the rest of the campaign. Buford orders his troopers to dismount and prepare a defense. He chooses to ignore standard cavalry screening tactics because he expects the Confederates to arrive in force at dawn. This subordinate officer's recognition of the terrain's value effectively forces a stand that neither commanding general had planned. At 5 a.m. on July 1st, General Heth advances his 7,500-man division toward Gettysburg, still expecting to brush aside minor resistance from local amateurs. The battle begins at 7:30 a.m. near a local blacksmith shop. Union Lieutenant Marcellus Johns rests a carbine on a fence post and fires a single shot into the approaching Confederate column. Buford's 2,700 troopers use breech-loading carbines. These weapons allow them to fire rapidly from behind cover, creating the illusion of a much larger infantry force. This delay buys the time needed for Union Infantry Commander John F. Reynolds to arrive on the field with heavy reinforcements. Shortly after reaching the front, Reynolds is killed by a bullet to the head. His death effectively locks the Union Army into the defense of the town. With blood spilled and the high ground occupied, the situation escalates into a massive engagement that overrides the original plans of both headquarters. While General Heth's search for shoes provided the initial reason to enter the town, the scale of the battle was the result of three specific catalysts. First, strategic blindness. The absence of Confederate cavalry led Lee's subordinates to march a massive force into a collision they didn't know was coming. Second, infrastructure. The road hub at Gettysburg acted as a geographic funnel where 165,000 men converged. Third, a tactical choice. A single rifle shot and General Buford's decision to hold the high ground committed both armies to a fight on this specific terrain. The deadliest battle in American history was an accidental meeting, triggered by the intersection of these three factors.